How you doing? Somebody said I was going to have a hand mic, but it don't sound like I need one. I got my amplifiers. My goodness, we got a lot of people here. We're excited. We got a lot of new stuff. You know me, always selling something. But we're really excited about a lot of good things coming up. So anyway, I just wanted to say hello and welcome to all of you. And well, look at you over there. Anyway, so I guess you're going to ask some questions, but I'm just here to kind of announce today about a few things that I'm doing this year, because people always ask me what I'm doing. And of course, I'm going to go on tour this year in America and in Canada for the first time on a big, extensive tour in about 25 years since I've actually toured in Canada. We've done a few shows in America, but we're going to really do an extensive tour starting in June through December. Of course, I'll have a few weeks off in between, so we're just kind of doing a few shows each month. And so we're excited about that. And of course, this is our 31st year at DollyWood. Can you believe that? Feels like that was about 10 years ago. But anyway, we've got a lot of wonderful things going on. We got a new roller coaster this year called Lightning Rod. And it's a wooden coaster, and they say it's the first launched wooden roller coaster, whatever that means. I think it means it goes and then shoots up or something. But anyway, it's the fastest wooden roller coaster, they tell me. It goes about 73 miles per hour. Anyway, we're excited about that. That's actually part of a whole thing that we're doing at DollyWood. Remember, a few years ago, I talked about that we were going to spend $300 million, and we're well on our way, and we're spending $50 million this year to actually put a lot of wonderful things up in Dollywood area. We've got one of the things I'm proud of, we got a new dinner theater called Lumberjack Pigeon Forge Adventure, and that's down in that area called the Island. You know where that is, right? They're stealing a lot of business from us, so I figured I better get down there and get something going down there. But anyhow, of course, we still have the Dixie Stampede. And one of the things I'm really excited about, too, is our Dollywood Resort, which opened last year, and it is doing just great. And, of course, if you stay there on your Dollywood adventure, you'll of course, get to see the Dixie Stampede and the Lumberjack Theater and, of course, the Dollywood or Splash Country. So we got a lot of stuff that if you stay there, but we also have the wonderful cabins still at Dollywood. And let me see what else we're doing. Oh, well, of course, we're starting out. We're opening, I think, the 18th and 19th of March for a weekend, the Festival of Nations, which we have every year, where people come from all over the world with their music, their arts and crafts and foods. The Mother Africa is really like a big deal up there. So we're really proud of all that. And let's see, I guess we launched the roller coaster toward the end of the month, and I'll be up there then. And what else I got going on? Well, that's about all for that. But another thing I'm excited about, well, two more things. I have a new record coming out. I was talking about the tour, but it's called Dolly Pure and Simple. I don't know how pure I am, but I know I'm pretty simple. But that's beside the point. The reason I'm calling it that is because actually I've stripped down my show quite a bit to where we don't have a lot of electric instruments. We don't have a lot of videos. We don't have any, really. In bigger places where we play, we'll have to have some video cameras where you can see me because I'm so little. You have to kind of put me up there if it's a bigger place. But actually, I'm doing a lot of songs that's really scaled down and not a lot of music. And of course, I do a lot of talking. What else would I do, right? But anyhow, so we're excited about the whole show. We did some shows at the Ryman last year and some shows at Dollywood for the Imagination Library, and we used the Pure and Simple show. We've added some new things to it, of course, but people really liked it. They said they could hear good, they could see good, and so we're excited about that, and I've got a new DVD, a new CD coming out called Pure and Simple, about 12 songs that I've written, new songs. So I'm excited about that. Let's see what else. Oh, also it's actually a double CD. It's on one side it's like it's like Dolly's biggest hits. I said hits. I'd be careful when I announce that, don't I? But anyway, it is called that, really. But anyway, it's some of my biggest hits, the best of, and so it's a double CD. So you'll get the new Pure and Simple and the best of. So that's that. And then, of course, another great thing I'm excited about is the Coat of Many Colors movie. Did you anybody see that? We were so happy. Of course, it's always been a favorite song of mine and a true story. And people had always said to me, won't you do that as a movie? So one day I thought, well, I ain't getting no younger. I better do it if I'm going to live to see it. So we did it last year, and it got great ratings, got really a lot of wonderful response because of the family, faith-based stuff on TV. You ain't seeing much of that anymore, which I kind of miss myself. But anyway, it did really great, and Warner Brothers Entertainment, they're putting it out as a DVD, and that's coming out on May the 3rd, right in time for Mother's Day. And I'm also going to download a song that I wrote called Mama. Actually, it'll be in the Pure and Simple album as well, but we're going to put it out at the same time just so people can kind of get the whole feel. So we're excited about that. And in that DVD, actually, they do a lot of scenes that were left out. You know, you'll have to edit down a movie forever to get it, you know, to fit in time for TV, but we really left a lot of stuff in. We used a lot of scenes that didn't make it, some interviews, the kind of making of the movie. So it's really got a lot of interesting things in it. So hopefully it'll do good. Be a nice Mother's Day present since it is about Mama. Anyway, so I was very proud of my mom. I was very proud of the little show. Have I left anything out? Nope. Anyway, so I think that was basically what I wanted to talk about. We got a lot of other stuff going on. I'll be out, you know, hawking my goods all year. So, and you'll be here to help me out, won't you? Anyway, so I think some of you might be wanting to ask some questions.
All right, first question from Megan in the front.
Hi.
Megan Alexander, Inside.
Yeah, good to see you.
Always good to see you. Thank you for who you are in this world today.
Well, thank you.
Very much, and we need you more than ever. If I could just ask you your thoughts, the country music community is mourning today. Can I get your thoughts on the passing of Joey Feek?
Oh.
She'd love to perform your song, Coat of Many Colors.
Yes, she did, and Joey was such a sweet, sweet person. They had a really wonderful thing going. I was just so sorry that she had to be taken, but I guess Lord needed her more than we did, evidently. But she was a big fan of mine, and I was really touched by that. I kept trying to get there to see her, but I did make her a video, and I sent it out to her, and they say she was real happy with that. But yeah, when I heard that she had passed, it really hit me like a relative. You know, it really made my heart sad. But she handled that so well. She and Rory, they did a wonderful way in how kind of to deal with such a thing as that, and to leave behind their little child is like a sad thing. But she's watching, you know, she's up there. We love her, and I'm sorry that she did pass.
The ultimate compliment when someone loves your music, though, right?
It is an ultimate compliment when somebody loves your music, and especially when people perform it. So yeah, that's always very touching to me.
And if I could just ask you about Dolly, Pure and Simple, why is this important to you right now to get down to the beauty of music, pure and simple?
Well, I really loved working with my band, the Mighty Fine Band I've worked with for all these years. They're dear to me. And so, but actually I just thought I don't go touring all that much. I wasn't really planning to do a tour this year because I've got so many things going. I'm producing some TV things and all. But I thought, well, I don't really have the time. I don't want to take the time to work up, you know, some big show with all kinds of, you know, stuff behind. I thought, well, I know I can sing, and I know I've got all these songs. I mean, I don't know that I sing good, but I do sing. And I thought, well, you know, I have my stories, I have my songs, and I just thought it was just a good time to kind of simplify things, especially since we're doing things like the Coat of Many Colors, kind of going back in time in my life. And it's a good time for me to do that, kind of just take inventory of where I come from, who I am. And I mostly in the Coat of Many Colors was less about me than about my family, because I've always said I wanted to honor my father and my mother. Like it says in the Bible, a lot of people think that just means to obey them, but I think it means to bring honor, you know, to their name and who they are. And I really just wanted to show people, you know, the kind of people, you know, that I came from. It was more about them and my family. So hopefully we're going to get to do some more things. We're hoping we might get to do a sequel for Christmas next year about a Christmas story from the family. And a lot of people keep saying, well, you should do a series. I said, well, we'll see. If they pay me enough, I will. All right, thank you.
Nancy on the right.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I remember you.
With the
try to do something else. Maybe what are some other songs, some other stories that you're going to share with us in the form of TV?
Well, I'm glad you asked because, you know, last year, some of you might remember, I made a 4-picture deal with NBC to do movies based on songs of mine. And we're working on Jolene now, story of Jolene. And of course, I make jokes and talk about my husband having a crush on the bank, a girl at the bank when we first got married. That part was true, but I kept him. In fact, I'm going to be married to him 50 years in May, and we're going to get married again. Yeah, we are. But anyhow, we're going to do Jolene, and people said, "Oh, Coat of Many Colors was just so great, and it was so faith-based, and it was so this." And I said, "Yes, it was. And my life is so many colors." They said, "Well, you're certainly not going to do Jolene now, and she's not going to be trashy, is she?" I said, "Well, she certainly is." I said, "What do you?" I said, "Maybe she can become a Christian later, but I can't just base stuff around what people, because I'm a girl of many colors, and my songs are my songs, and my stories are my stories. But there'll certainly be some redeeming qualities in it, but it's not going to be like the Coat of Many Colors. So when it's about Jolene stealing the husband, she's going to be an adulteress. So that's how that's going to be. So, but I'm not in it. I'm not being her. I might look like I might be, but I'm not doing it. But we're going to find some great, beautiful actress to play Jolene. And so we don't know yet who that's going to be, but it's going to be a good story just about someone stealing somebody else. There's always a Jolene out there. And then we're doing actually a movie on The Seeker. My song, The Seeker. It's a faith-based story, kind of about a Christ-type figure that travels the world, trying to find himself, but also having the gift and trying to help people, kind of like Highway to Heaven, Touched by an Angel, that type of thing. So we're going to do that, and if that does well as a movie, we'd like to make that into a series. And so we haven't decided on that 4th one yet. I might just do a musical special with that one. So anyway. That'd be cute. Potential new boyfriend. Yeah, you never get too old to dream or fantasize. So.
Margie?
Anybody else? Hi.
I wanted to ask about the tour specifically of America. It's been a long time since you've done a full-blown tour here. Can you talk about the decision to do that now?
Well, it's just a good time for me right now, because the success of the last tour we did in Europe, and the Blue Smoke album did so well, and that was all through Europe. And so we had so many people say, "Well, why go overseas? You don't even ever come and do a whole tour here." But I thought it was a good idea to do it now because of so many good things that are going. And so we've had a lot of requests to go a lot of places. Plus, I wanted to tour this coming year, even though I've got a lot of stuff in the works. I wanted to do that because next year I might possibly do a series. I'm certainly getting really involved in the production of these TV shows, so I might do more business things and just do some shows here and there. So I thought, well, it's a good time to do a tour, and it helps to promote, the park and a record and all the other stuff I'm out promoting. So it's always good to do a tour. Plus, I love the fans. I love to get out there and see that. So it just seemed to be the right thing to do. But
Cindy?
I've left time for everything else. Okay.
Cindy Watts?
Where's Cindy Watts? Hi.
Hi, Miss Dolly.
Hello.
Can you talk about the new music on the Pure and Simple? Like what can we look forward to?
Well, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. Well, I'm going to, like I said, I've got a new CD coming out, so I'll probably do maybe 3 of the songs from that. But of course, I'll do all the songs that I'm famous for, the 9 to 5, Here You Come Again, I'll Always Love You, Jolene, Two Doors Down. I do all those things, but I've kind of scaled them down a little bit to where they sound a little more like kind of when I wrote them. Although I'm working with Richard Dennison, Tom Rutledge, and Kent Wells, so there's just 4 of us on stage, and I play a lot of different instruments, and we kind of all swap off on different things, and they do harmony with me. So it's just a simpler kind of show, and I will, of course, like I say, do all the hits and do a few new songs, but then I try to add a little things that are entertaining, some comedy, and a few little fun songs too. So it's got a good variety, and of course I do all my gospel things, my spiritual things, talk about home, Coat of Many Colors, and Tennessee Mountain Home, those kind of songs. I do a little segment about home where I do Applejack and just talk about the folks back home. Coat of Many Colors crowd, the ones you saw on TV, that community.
Bill?
The Coat of Many Colors, as many times as you've seen it, what gets to you personally the most emotionally difficult part of watching?
Well, I tell you, it's different. How you doing? Always good to see you. Every time I sing that song, it depends on what kind of place I'm at in my life. In fact, I remember when my mom was sick before she passed away, it was just so hard for me to sing it because every time I'd sing it, I'd wonder how Mama was if we were out. I'd go, after the show, I'd go call, see how Mama's doing. And, it was different kinds of emotion. But when Mama passed away, boy, I could not sing that song for probably 3 to 6 months without crying when I was singing it. I tried not to, to lose everything on stage in front of everybody, because like my eyelashes, and my rouge. But seriously, I could not sing that song without thinking of everything Mama had ever done. It was like every night it would be a little different, like something Mama had said, something Mama had done to make us all feel loved and all. So I just think of my family when I sing it. It always brings that whole little, like the Coat of Many Colors movie, it just brings that, my brothers and sisters when we were young, brings Daddy back. He's gone now also. And so it's wonderful to be able to write songs and to be able to do this. My sister Stella played Corla Bass, the old lady in the show, and she's and it was really touching to us because I knew that I could not watch that movie at the screening with other people because I knew that I would just sob my eyes out. And Stella felt the same. So Warner Brothers were nice enough to give it a little theater there in their office building for Stella and I to go watch it. And we did. We just cried our eyes out. And it was such a strange feeling when Stella and we got out of the car and we was walking up the steps and thinking, now, we're going in here to watch ourselves, watch our family, Mom and Daddy. And it was just the strangest feeling to us. It was just so emotional. And we thought, how weird is this? Here we are in Hollywood, and you're in the movie, and it's my story, and it's all about us. And so it was just really, it was a moment I shared with Stella that I'll never be able to quite explain exactly what that was, that moment we had. It was almost like we were there to kind of represent all of our family, and it was a real touching thing for us, really. And we both, slung snot all over.
Did you have the final say in casting?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm very involved in everything. Of course, Sam Haskell, my partner in the production company, he's so wonderful. He was my agent for years. He was with William Morris for many, many years, and we became friends. And so we have an understanding, of each other. But they spent all this time, bringing people in, and then I would go in. They would narrow down, to maybe 10 to 15 people for each part, and then I would go sit and we'd look. And the hardest one to find was the little Dolly, that little Olivia. Oh man, she's just Olivia, little Allie Lind, we call her Allie. But she was God-given. I mean, they kept bringing all these kids, and I said, no, that don't feel right, that don't seem right. And the second we saw her, it was like when her little face came on the screen and she was doing some of the action, I said, that's her, that's her. I said God was going to send her, and he did. And that's really how I felt about it. And that little thing just did such a wonderful job. And so, yes, I was involved in all of that. And when Jennifer Nettles, what a great job she did, right? Did you see her in that? Man, I thought she did great. And she had seen in just a little video. I didn't know she even acted. And she had taken it, and she had had her hair dark. I didn't recognize it as her. And when they started rolling that film, I said, that's Mama. And they said, you know who that is, don't you? And I said, I don't think so. So I said, is that Jennifer? They said it was. So anyway, she got the part, and nobody could have done it better. So yeah, I'm always involved in all of that. Some of the people, though, I didn't have. The ones that were not like immediate family, I didn't have that, I wasn't that critical, let's say. But my brothers and sisters and Mama and Daddy and my grandpa Jake, the ones that were really there, they were real important. And Stella playing Corla Bass was pretty cute.
Lauren, next in the back.
Hey, Dolly.
Hi.
50 years of marriage is just such a huge blessing.
That's what you think. How long you been married? I'm joking.
Well, how important is the support system to what you do every day, the support system of marriage? And what does Dolly Parton look for? And you're renewing your vows in May?
Yeah, we are. We're gonna dress up. In fact, I'm out. I had him trying on suits yesterday, and I'm trying on this wedding gown. Because when we first got married, well, I actually had just signed with Monument Records, and Fred Foster, who was the head of the label, he was investing quite a bit of money in me to try to get me started in the business. And he had heard that I was engaged, and that and we'd already sent out our wedding invitations. And so he called me in the office and said, I would really appreciate it if you wouldn't get married for at least a year, so I can kind of make sure that I can get a return on my investment, because I want you to be free to work and do whatever you need to do. I said, okay. So that weekend, me and Carl went to Ringgold, Georgia, and got married, so it wouldn't be in the Tennessee papers. So anyway, so we went down there, and my mom went with us, and Mom had made me a little white dress, and I said, I'm not getting married in a courthouse, so we had to go back the following Monday. I have to be married in the church. So Carl's not Baptist, I'm not Baptist. Well, my dad was Baptist, my daddy's people, and Mom was Pentecostal, so I'm a Baptist-costal. But we couldn't find a Baptist-costal church anywhere. So we actually got married in Ringgold, Georgia Baptist church. Inside, no people there, just the preacher, his wife, the witness, and Mama, and Carl and I. And so we thought, well, we never got a chance to do our whole big wedding, and I missed having a wedding dress and all that. So I'm being fitted up for that, and he's looking for suits, and we're going to take a bunch of pictures, and so I might even sell some to the rag mags and take the money and give it to the Imagination Library. That's my plan. So anyway, yeah, we're just gonna do it all over again.
Will the dress be pure and simple or something?
Oh no, that dress ain't gonna be pure nor simple.
Joey.
Hi, Dolly. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
I was actually lucky enough to see you at the Ryman, and the show is incredible.
Oh, thank you. Well,
I've
good.
also heard some rumors that you were thinking about bringing your life story to Broadway. Is that true?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, I just got the final scripts, and so we're actually doing that. I'm telling my life story as a musical, which I've written all the music for. A lot of the hits will be in it, but I've written a lot of new music as well. So we're actually starting work on that now. That's what I'm saying. I've got some weeks off in between this tour, so I can actually work all these other things and get those underway. But that's probably a good year and a half, 2 years from being up on stage.
Kelly Sutton.
Hi, Miss Dolly.
Hi.
So let's talk a little bit about this tour and some of the cities that you're going to be going to that you haven't been able to tour in the last few years. Lots of fans are excited, and I've already got people on Facebook asking where you're going to be. So what are some of the favorite cities you're going to hit?
Well, we're going to hit almost everything in the U.S. So I'm not really certain all the places. I know we'll be playing places like Milwaukee. We'll be playing New York. We'll be playing, I think, a few things maybe in California. I know we're going to do a lot of stuff in Canada because I haven't been there in years, and I've got a lot of fans there. So we're going to be in all the main places there. But I would imagine I haven't really. Yeah, we're everywhere. Yeah. So what does everywhere mean? Give me some names. States.
LA, New York,
Said that.
Minnesota,
Said that.
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee.
Florida,
Florida,
Texas.
Texas. Well, just everywhere. Everywhere. The whole of the USA. Yeah, we will be all scattered all around. So, okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Second row.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Emily Signer with Nashville Public Radio. So as a public radio reporter, I have to ask, how are you feeling about the presidential election?
I don't talk politics and religion. Hello, you.
Hi. He's pointing to someone else.
Well, I'm listening to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that. I want to ask you a question. I know you've written a lot of great songs, and I don't mean to ask you something you may not want to answer, but have you ever heard a song that touched you so much you wish you had written that?
Oh my Lord, all the time. I mean, songs like Sometimes When We Touch. Remember that song? Sometimes When We Touch. I love that song. Islands in the Stream. Everybody thinks I wrote that. I didn't, but I wish I had. But all the time I'm thinking, oh, why didn't I think of that? I should have thought of that. I'm always doing that, yeah.
And
So
please tell me that you're never going to retire.
I don't have any plans to. I've always said that I hope to just drop dead right in the middle of a song on stage in front of a bunch of people like you. And I've always said that, and I've always meant it. I hope that's how I go. I don't know if it will be, but I just want y'all to say, look at her. She had a smile on her face. Now she gone.
And
Okay.
one more question from Nancy.
Hi.
I Will Always Love You is always in the news. Now it's in the news with Beyonce singing it. Carrie Underwood recently did it. Everyone is.
What did Beyonce sing it?
She just sang it in concert. And
Oh.
they say Whitney's song, and I always go, Dolly.
Well, that's what I always said. It can be Whitney's song. I said she can have the credit as long as I get the cash. And that's really how I feel.
So it's almost like that song has been around for so long, and there's a resurgence again of other people.
I know. Well, that's just one of those songs like 9 to 5. That's the gift that keeps on giving. It's like every time you think it's dead, it comes back again. Well, that song is just so simple and so singable and touches everybody in such a different way. Some people play it at funerals. Some people say, oh, that reminds me when my son went off to college, or when when this, and it's like partners that are breaking up, business partners. So it can fit anybody, but it's just so easy to sing. It came from a sincere place in my heart, when I left Porter's show years ago. And it was touching and it was hard. It's always hard leaving. But I just tried to write something that I was feeling. And I guess with my true emotion, it touched a lot of people that are going through a lot of the same things. So I'm really proud of that song. So I let them girls keep on singing it. I don't care who claims it.
And last question from Hunter Kelly.
Hey, back here, Dolly.
Hey,
So I watch you on YouTube, like I'll just go down a Dolly rabbit hole on YouTube. So I'm wondering, have you ever watched?
Dolly's what?
I'll just get stuff watching you on YouTube, like interviews, performances. Do you use YouTube and
No, I ain't very much. I'm not up on all that stuff. And I certainly don't want to watch stuff about me unless I just have to.
It always seems like you're always looking forward. Is that?
Well, I am, because I ain't got time to look back there. I'll never get anywhere. I mean, I just use all the past as stuff to, to draw from and to kind of enrich the future. But no, I'm always looking forward. I turned 70 in January, and I looked at the number and I thought, well, sometimes I feel like I've lived like 300 years, and then sometimes I feel like I'm just about 20, and I feel like I did when I first went to Nashville, but I'm not going to let the number. I always said when it was my birthday that year, or this year, I said, well, I'm thankful that everybody remembered my birthday, but I wish they'd forget the number. But even at that, I just keep thinking, I'm going to run out of time. I've got so much I still want to do. And I keep thinking, well, don't think like that. Just do it. Just do it. Just work like you're 16. In fact, I wrote a song called I'm 16, and it's in my new Pure and Simple album, and it's kind of about that. I'm 16, I'm feeling like I'm still in my teens, and it's like it's that kind of thing. And I'll be 16 forever, long as you love me. So anyhow, it's kind of a cute little thing. But anyway, I'll always be looking forward, because I don't, like you said, I'm never going to retire, and I hope to be around for a long time.
Thank you, everyone. That was the last question. We appreciate your time. If you are on the Webster PR email list, you have a release in your inbox that was sent at 10:30. Please find it for all the latest details.
And I'm glad to see all of you, and thank you for coming out. Well, hey, look at there. Well, thank you. I love you too. Appreciate it. We'll see you later.